A few years ago, Dylan Raiola was an unknown junior varsity quarterback playing in Texas. Now, he is viewed as the best quarterback in the 2024 recruiting cycle. Former NFL veterans like Stanton and Kitna believe Dylan is a can't-miss elite talent who will be an amazing player at the next level and beyond. Dylan is currently uncommitted at the time of recording and could be a special player at the next level. But how do we get here? Stay tuned to find out. Dylan Raiola currently resides in Phoenix, Arizona, and is the son of Dominic Raiola. Dominic was a Remington Trophy winner, an award that goes to the best center in the country, and went on to be an All-American at Nebraska. He then would go on to play 14 NFL seasons with the Detroit Lions. Nebraska has since retired Dominic's jersey and has since hired his brother Donovan Raiola as the Huskers offensive line coach, who was one of the few members of the previous staff to be retained by new head coach Matt Rule. Dylan's mother is a former swimmer and water polo player at Hawaii. From them, Dylan inherited his athleticism, poise, and fighting spirit rooted in their heritage. His mother keeps track of Dylan's Twitter account, while his sister Taylor, a junior on the TCU volleyball team, monitors his Instagram profile on her phone. Dylan sees limited bits of the public bickering and commentary. This is to help him block out the noise and to just focus on playing football. While Dominic was a center in the NFL, he sat with his quarterbacks and watched film with them, making calls at the line of scrimmage. Stanton told The Athletic, "Probably the smartest player I've ever been around. Dom would be able to see things in real time. It allowed the quarterbacks to just be able to go out there and play." From a young age, Dylan gravitated to the quarterback position. Growing up, he got to learn from guys like Kitna, Stanton, Matthew Stafford, and others. Calvin Johnson would pick him up and take him out for jet ski rides as well. He absorbed all the information he could from anybody he got to talk to and work with. Kitna was the first person to predict that Dylan would be the best quarterback in the country one day after watching him throw the ball around in 8th grade. Dylan started his high school career at Burleson High School, where he played for Kitna, who played with Dominic in the NFL. During his freshman year, Dylan was an under-the-radar unknown junior varsity quarterback. He attended the Nashville Elite 11 camp that following summer, as well as the camp at Georgia, where he would earn a scholarship offer. He also competed in different baseball competitions along the way as well. Dominic told The Athletic, "Everybody kept telling us, this dude is the best quarterback we've seen, no matter the class." As a sophomore, Raiola threw for 3,341 yards and 32 touchdowns while adding 9 scores on the ground. He was named the Texas District 5-5A-2 Offensive MVP as well. Kitna told Bleacher Report, "There's not a throw he can't make. He understands coverage and where the weak spots are in every coverage. He knows protection. He knows how to set the run game to the right spot. He's going to be a 4'6" kid at the end of it and be someone that can hurt you running with his legs. Just an incredible deep ball thrower. That's one of the things that really separates him." After his sophomore year, he would move to Arizona, transferring to Chandler High School. During his junior year, he would throw for 2,435 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Chandler finished the season 9-3, losing to Basha in the semifinals of the Open Playoffs. At one point, Chandler High School had won 5 straight state titles. Now the program is watching 20 players transfer out this past winter, including Dylan and his brother. Dylan and his brother Dayton decided to transfer to Pinnacle High School, where Spencer Rattler's from. In Arizona, their transfer generated more noise and questions about Dylan's immediate eligibility in the fall. Nationally, this sort of flew under the radar. Dominic is fighting to help his son stay eligible this season, claiming hardship. Arizona's Interscholastic Association transfer bylaws make first-time AIA transfers ineligible the first 5 games of the football season, before becoming eligible the rest of the season. Dayton Raiola will be eligible immediately to play JV at Pinnacle next season, because of a clause being put into the transfer rule that would allow underclassmen to play as long as it's not varsity. Pinnacle reached a 6A championship game last season behind sophomore quarterback Wyatt Horton. Dylan is also a great baseball player. His pop time is on par with some professionals, and he has also impressed scouts for the sport as well. Through his dad's connection, Dylan has met Joe Burrow and worked out alongside Patrick Mahomes in Texas last summer. As of the time of recording, Dylan Raiola is a 5-star recruit and is the best player in the 2024 recruiting cycle. Dylan currently holds a 1.0000 rating according to 24/7 Sports Composite, making him one of the few recruits to ever achieve that feat. Dylan currently holds over 28 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Georgia, Nebraska, Ohio State, and USC. Back in May, Dylan decided to commit to Ohio State over Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, and USC. He became the first commit in the Ohio State 2024 recruiting class. He told 24/7 Sports, "What the culture is, I felt it immediately when I walked into the building for the Penn State game during the fall. Going back up there and seeing things, hearing what former players of Ohio State say about the program, gathering information, all the dots connected. It felt like home, and I'm ready to be a Buckeye." Dylan stayed committed to the Buckeyes for most of the 2022 season, but would decide to decommit from the Buckeyes back in December. Two-time national champions Georgia have been in hot pursuit of Raiola, along with USC and Nebraska. He recently took a visit to USC where his relationship with Coach Riley shot through the roof, and they clicked even more after talking for 5 hours. Oregon is also believed to be in the running for the Arizona quarterback as well. It was reported that the Ducks had an in-person visit with Dylan after he decommitted from Ohio State. While some may knock a player like Dylan Raiola for decommitting a few months after committing to a school, I think it's not that surprising. Dylan made a commitment to Ohio State right after his sophomore year. While NIL may have had something to do with it, you also need to remember that this is a 16, 17-year-old kid who's trying to figure out what he wants in a school and where he pictures himself. Sometimes coaches push players to commit earlier than they want to. This seemed bound to happen with how early this commitment came. If I were Dylan, when I go to make this decision again, I would not rush it. I would evaluate each school and figure out where I consider home to be. Does he want to follow in his father's footsteps and help try to revive the Nebraska football program under Matt Rule? Or does he want to go somewhere where he could instantly compete for a national title, like Georgia, and a soon-to-be member of the Big Ten, USC? Or does he want to create his own legacy and commit to a place like Oregon? I hope he blocks out the outside noise and makes the decision that is best for him when all is said and done. Faith and family loom always for the Raiolas, as grounding forces. They figure to guide Dylan as he chooses a college destination as soon as this spring. Trips are scheduled to revisit Georgia on March 18th and Nebraska on March 25th. And other programs such as Michigan and Oregon might remain in the mix. Dylan loves the game of football, with Drew Stanton telling The Athletic, "I don't like to speak in cliches, but the kid absolutely lives and breathes football, and he does it in a genuine way. It's not just his dad saying, 'Hey, we want to do this.' He's pressing the envelope on his own accord, and I think that's what is going to make him great. He was asking very pointed questions about specific things. It was impressive. I realized that I wasn't just dealing with a high school kid as we were having these talks. I was dealing with a high-level thinker." Matthew Stafford believes Dylan is going to be a great player at the next level as well. According to 24/7 Sports' Chris Singletary, Dylan Raiola is projected to be a future first-round pick. Singletary writes, "Looks the part already from a physical standpoint. Two-sport athlete who also plays baseball and has a nice athletic profile. Well-proportioned build and frame. Sturdy lower body and generates power and velocity on throws. Displays encouraging athleticism that should continue to improve as he develops throughout his career. Smooth, easy release with average mobility that allows him to buy time and smoothly go through his progressions. Flashes plus arm strength to make the throws from a variety of arm angles with velocity or touch as required. Puts zip on passes even on the move out of the pocket. Willing to stand in the pocket and deliver passes while under pressure. Keeps eyes downfield as the pocket closes. Doesn't get caught looking at the rush. Features good touch on his deep passes, enabling receivers to run underneath to make the catch. Displays good pocket presence and awareness. Capable of tucking the ball to run if needed to gain chunk yardage. Has very few holes and will develop it with his continuing high school career. Ahead of the curve mechanically and possesses the arm strength that puts him in the elite company. The more he plays and has reps, his decision making and feel will only get faster and become second nature. Should become a Power 5 starter for multiple years and a potential all-conference selection with NFL draft early round upside. Dylan has gotten to network with multiple current and former NFL quarterbacks to pick their brains and combine that with his natural talent. It seems like the perfect formula for a future college football superstar. What do you think? Will Dylan Raiola be a superstar at the next level? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching. I could not be more thankful for y'all. You guys make this all possible for me, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.